Welcome, everyone, to the Avengenerds podcast, where we talk Marvel, DC, Star Wars, and more. I'm your host, Peyton, and with me are my co-hosts, Torrin and Will.
Yo.
Yellow.
We have a great show for everyone this week. We're going to be talking about movies that we changed our minds on. Really excited for that. We also have the news of the week, of course. If you want to jump around to any particular piece of news or you want to jump straight to the topic, you can do that with the time codes in the description or the show notes below. And with that, let's just get right into the news. The writer's strike, hip hip hooray, is officially over. Finally. No time to celebrate yet, because obviously the SAG-AFTRA strike is still going on. But as when we're recording this, it's October 1st. By the time this episode goes out, it'll be October 3rd. And the SAG is meeting with AMPTP for negotiations on October 2nd. So, you know, hopefully negotiations actually work out there. My hope is that they will, since, you know, the writer's strike got resolved. Maybe I think the studios are sort of like caving in finally. So I think the actors will get what they want and deserve. So that's really great. But the writer's strike, did you see what they got? Because
is it good? I mean,
people like obviously there's always going to be like writers that are or certain people that are going to be like, oh, we didn't get this and this, but ultimately it is a negotiation, so there's going to be compromises. But ultimately, they got an incredible deal.
Good, man. Look, that's the power of collective bargaining. That's the power of unions. It's awesome. That literally, I don't know. It just gives me like so much spirit. It's awesome, and I love the fact that like collective it's demonstrable, like the effect that it has, you know what I mean? Collective bargaining and strikes and you know, nobody wanted to strike, but like it's just it's great. And also SAG is using the I think, you know, SAG is using the sort of whatever the writers got and those negotiations as a framework for their final talk, right?
Definitely.
For like their final wants.
Yeah. And also SAG has, you know, met with like video game actors and stuff, and they've voted on authorizing a strike. Doesn't mean that's necessarily going to happen, but they're also going to go into negotiations, and if those fall through, then there's probably going to be a strike for the video games industry. But, you know, hopefully that doesn't happen. But also, apparently the video games industry is a lot more strict when it comes to that. I think there was a strike back in 2016 that lasted a long ass time. But yeah, this is like a historic strike, especially for the writers. Like this, I think the 2007 writer strike lasted for 100 days, and this lasted, you know, way beyond that.
148 days.
Yeah,
I think is what it was, or 148, 147, something around that. So pretty cool. Honestly, I think that there definitely needs to be better shit in the games industry. I'm glad that SAG did sort of, you know, have like a sit down with the video games like side of stuff. I think obviously, hopefully a strike doesn't come out of it, and hopefully they're able to meet their demands like reasonably, and they should, because I mean the video games industry makes more money than the film industry.
Absolutely. They're probably the most undervalued talent like period.
Yeah, it's insane, you know, like I don't know. So hopefully shit works out. I mean, good stuff. Slay.
Absolutely. So hopefully we have good news to report on next week when it comes to the actors strike. But this is according to Deadline. Marvel will begin to meet with writers to hear pitches for their X-Men movie.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I mean, I'm obviously excited because it's X-Men.
I'm not.
Finally.
Hate X-Men.
I know. I'm sorry.
No.
I know you're enjoying your bubble. You know, you're like, oh man, they really are taking their time with X-Men. That's great. That's great. The longer they can hold out, the better for me, because I'm gonna stop watching when X-Men drops.
Exactly.
And I was like, sorry, man.
Because X-Men is woke inherently, so
sorry, dude.
It's over.
You're gonna have to the MCU. You know, that's what's happening. The MCU and their woke agenda. They're making X-Men now.
truly the downfall of Marvel. But according to pretty much everyone, like obviously this is very exciting. We're actually gonna start getting X-Men stuff, but this is still at least 5 years out, and with the strike and stuff, shit's gonna get delayed, so it's probably gonna be even longer than that. But the fact that they're meeting with writers now, it seems like, obviously this is just speculation outside looking in, but it seems like Kevin Feige is really like, I don't want to mess this up. We're gonna start now.
Yeah, that's good. I think honestly, there's probably a lot more pressure on Marvel Studios anyway because of a lot of the reception of some of their stuff recently. I'm sure that it's not like unnoticed. So, and if anyone cares about it, it's Kevin Feige. So, I don't know. I'm excited, very excited, honestly, to see what they do, especially with my boy Wolverine.
Yeah, I'm worried about that. Not because I think they'll fuck it up. It's just because I think everyone's just gonna be like, Hugh Jackman.
Oh yeah, I know. It's so fun. Yeah, it's crazy. Hugh Jackman is great. He was perfect. Whatever. But it's gonna be 10 Wolverine movies with him in it. Come Deadpool 3, we'll be fine. Like, it'll be okay. Yeah,
it's just gonna be constant comparisons. Are they better than Hugh Jackman?
I know, it's gonna be so annoying. The YouTube. I'm imagining the fucking YouTube homepage like for like 2 years after the first, like when the cast is announced, all the way up to like the second movie he's in. It's gonna be a bunch of that. I can just fucking imagine my YouTube getting flooded with it.
I kind of hope they hold off on Wolverine.
Me too.
Like establish the X-Men.
I was gonna say like the YouTube homepage is gonna be like those like over exaggerated thumbnails,
the red glowing eyes.
Yeah,
always, and always.
Like those memes. It was like, what happened to shame?
I love those,
dude. No, with the yellow.
Is he homeless?
Does he know?
Is he homeless? Shit like that. I fucking love that. Yeah, it's gonna be. I can imagine Hugh Jackman, like, also all the memes, like Hugh Jackman, Chad face memes. Maybe the Chad face will die by that point, and people won't be doing the Giga Chad memes anymore.
I hope so. Will, you have a piece of news?
I actually do. I'll ask about another thing because I didn't know if you were going to talk about it or not. But so, according to the New York Comic Con schedule, Kid Cudi is supposed to be making a big announcement at New York City Comic Con, and because of his involvement in the Knuckles series, that was reported on a while ago and confirmed, Kid Cudi's going to be have a big presence in the show. It's leading a lot of people to believe that it could be a potential Knuckles trailer reveal, because I don't know if they completely finished filming the whole show, but they were working on it a lot. And I remember it was originally projected for fall 2023 release by a lot of sources and even trades, I believe, at the time. So I don't know. I'm excited for a potential Knuckles trailer. And the other thing, Peyton, I wanted to ask, there's a James Gunn thing I want to bring up. Can I do that real quick?
Sure.
Okay, real quick. James Gunn is finally, now that the strikes are over, he's really opening up and talking to a lot of people, responding to a lot of stuff on Twitter. And he straight up said the new canon period starts with Creature Commandos. Everyone can stop talking about it. He's saying that the actors who are coming over are what's the guy who played Blue Beetle?
Zolo Maridueña.
Yeah, he's gonna come back. John Cena will come back as Peacemaker. Viola Davis will come back, and the guy who played Vigilante will come back. But he did note that even if some of the same story beats from before Creature Commandos and that new canon starts are carried over, it's still a new canon. So he said Vigilante, I think he straight up used the word, is still going to be a rebooted version of the character, just played by the same actor. So now it's pretty clear, I think, you know, especially now that the Flash is out, and you know they don't need to worry so much about the PR with that, and everyone's kind of, no matter what he says about Aquaman 2, it's not like people are really going to give so much of a shit. Like either way, it's like, oh, it's canon, I'm gonna go see Aquaman 2. Like, you know, people have already kind of made up their minds on that, I think. I don't know. That's pretty much it. I just wanted to share that.
No, yeah, people are still confused though.
I know,
because they're like,
crazy.
well, what about Gal Gadot? And it's like, well,
it's like,
what about Margot Robbie?
It's like someone put it this way, and I think they put it really well. It's like when they rebooted James Bond but kept Judi Dench. Like, it's still a new story. They just, you know what I mean? Like, it'll be fine.
So I wonder if that Justice League cameo in Peacemaker season 1 is just going to be retcon.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it will.
Well, I don't know.
I don't think it'll be canon anymore.
Yeah.
I think that it, like,
well, aspects of it will be canon. We just don't know what exactly will be. I wonder how they're going to make that clear.
Dude, honestly, all you would really need to do is cut the Justice League cameo, because not much else of it relies on context of the canon surrounding it. Like that, like, was the only thing
they could do. They could do just like I don't know if this would be like too confusing for general audiences, but they could do like a scene where like the universe resets. Essentially, it's like everyone's going about their business, and then just suddenly like it's different.
This is why you don't get paid to make movies.
I know.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
This is why fans don't get to write movies.
Oh my God. Okay,
no.
Gavin. Okay, Gavin.
Gavin is crazy. That's crazy.
I'm so sorry, Peyton. I didn't mean that. Honestly, it's not a bad idea. I'm sure they'll make it clear. It will be made like clear for general audiences that shit's new, and I'm sure that, like, James Gunn understands. He knows how confusing it is even to fans, so he's gonna figure out a way to get it across to everyone, you know?
Yeah. But there's also people asking about Margot Robbie. There's no way they're gonna get rid of Margot Robbie,
yeah,
especially after Barbie. They do not want to let her go after that. But as far as like Gal Gadot, the Gal Gadot shit's so fucking confusing. It's like, is she in it? Is she not? I hope she's not.
Me neither. I hope she's not either. But like, I think after looking at the interview, I don't know. I mean, you know how I feel about it. It seemed like it seems like she's involved in like a producer capacity. Yeah. And that like she got confused on the word, like the 3, just because it's the third Wonder Woman movie like in recent times. It's probably still like Wonder Woman 1 with like a new actor. Like, that's what I'm thinking, because, you know, actors sometimes, especially, you know, she doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. She's on a press junket. She doesn't know. She's not gonna remember everything. Yeah. You know what I mean? She did that Imagine video with all the other actors, and like she's like the one that I mainly remember, and that's what her brain is occupied with.
True.
So,
all right, but yeah, that's the news of the week, which means it's time to move on to our topic, which is movies we've changed our minds on. Who wants to start?
Time to go to the nudes of the week.
Oh,
if you're watching on YouTube, look at the screen. I'm kidding. Torin, you want to start?
Yeah, sure, I'll start. My first film is Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and you know, when this movie came out, a bunch of shit surrounding it, and you know, I'm one of those people to where it's like, you know, I'm at a point where it's like, you know, fuck the MCU fandom, like they're a bunch of crybabies, like this movie can't be that bad. I watched it and I was like, you know, this movie wasn't that bad. Like, people are just like fucking being like pieces of shit. And like, you know, I'm just like, and then I thought about it like more and more as time passed, and I'm like, dude, this shit is fucking ass. Like,
it's the worst. Like, it's the worst.
Like, dude, no, like it's bad. Cause like I watched it. Like, I watched that movie like 4 times. I think I watched
it 4 times.
No, dude, it wasn't. I don't know. I can't understand why I watched it 4 times. I think I watched it with you, right, Peyton?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I think I watched it with you. Then I watched it opening night with like some friends, and then I watched somewhere else. And dude, I'm like, this shit's just so bad. Like, it's so blatantly obvious that this shit's horrible. And like, there's of course, there's some stuff like cool about it. Of course, like Kang, like Jonathan Majors, like he does like very like well.
The method acting paid off for Kang. I'm just gonna say it.
Oh
Dude,
my
method acting
God.
is crazy. but yeah, like he did like really, really well. But dude, the CGI was just oh my God, it's just not good. It's not good. And like Cassie is pretty bad. Like
Yeah.
I like the
she's bad.
actress because like she
I
the
don't
actress,
like the actress. She's good
you
in
like the actress?
most
Yeah,
other
like-
things.
Yeah.
It's
She's
weird.
good. No, yeah, she's good in other things, but like in this movie, it's just so dry.
Well, same with honestly, like Paul Rudd brings what he can, but even then, like
Like he can't save the movie though.
it's like a lot of the emotional scenes that were supposed to hit emotionally felt so weird and so unearned and so unsubstantiated, and like so much of the movie just felt like, I don't know, sorry, this is I think it's honestly that's gone from like third worst to number one worst for me MCU movie. I despise it so much.
Yeah, that's it for me.
I have more recent thoughts about Quantumania, but I kind of want to save it for another topic.
Okay.
But I'll go next. One of the movies I chose was Joker, 2019's Joker.
Yeah, that shit ass.
We watched it together, Torn, when it came out.
Yeah.
And we came out of that. We went to gyms. We were like, that shit was great. Wow. Incredible performances. Wow. Kept me on the edge of my seat. Incredible. Wow. Very good film. And then it's like when we were in, I specifically remember when we were in gyms talking about it, I was just like, I was sitting there and I'm like, did I like this movie? I'm like, just the more time goes on, I'm like, I don't, this isn't great. It's clearly well made. It's competently made. The performances are incredible. Like it's not like Joaquin Phoenix like didn't deserve that Oscar, but also just as a film, it's very derivative. It's just it only kind of gets good in its last like 10 minutes, and it's just
It's just like for me, it's like I know and respect why it's so loved, but for me, it just doesn't hit. For me, it's such a like I personally don't even like Taxi Driver, so it's just not for me. Like I don't like those.
You didn't like
kinds of
Taxi
movies.
Driver?
No, dude.
Oh, so you just didn't understand it.
Oh, you're right. Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen Taxi Driver?
No.
It's for incels, dude. It's straight up. It's the incel manifesto. That movie.
Like I like Taxi Driver. I like it, but I don't love it as much as people do.
I think maybe I don't like Joker as much now, maybe because of that sort of incel thing, and that sort of like infected my thoughts of the film. But even then, I still like after watching it, like directly after, not even going on the internet, I was still like, maybe I didn't like this as much as I thought.
Yeah, I watched it once, and initial impression was like, it was okay. Like in terms of like my enjoyment, it was like I was like amazed at the acting, and I loved the I don't know, like a lot of effort was clearly put into it, and a lot of love, but like I sat with it, and then I tried watching it again, and I couldn't get past like 20 minutes. I was like, fuck this, I don't know, I just don't like it. Like I just, I wanted to like it too, but I just don't.
Yeah, I've seen it twice.
I've only seen it one time since 2019.
I've seen it twice, and yeah, the second time it just sort of solidified. I was like, yeah, no, I don't love this. I don't hate it. I'd give it like a 6 out of 10. Like it's because again, like what saves it is not even the execution. It's just production value and
It is
and the performances.
It is overrated, regardless of how well it was made.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I still think. Yeah, I have one.
What is it?
Dude, I'm gonna come out swinging immediately. Rogue One. I loved it when I saw it.
Oh no,
I hate it. I despise Rogue One.
that's
I cannot
crazy.
sit through it at all.
I didn't even think about Rogue One. I had the opposite effect. I watched it and I was like, it was okay, I guess. It was kind of boring, but now I'm like, yeah, Rogue One.
Rogue One is like, okay, here's the thing. Rogue One's fine, but I'm like neutral on it. I would rather watch Rogue One than Force Awakens. But I would, rather watch Rogue One than Force Awakens and Rise of Skywalker. But that's where it is on the list for me. Every other Star Wars movie is above it, besides those two.
That's crazy.
I think Andor is phenomenal.
Peak, yeah.
Probably like the peak Star Wars. It's like just I like could not want anything more out of that show. I thought it was beautiful. But Rogue One, I think with the context of Andor, it is better to me now, or more enjoyable. And I love the way it was. Gareth Edwards' directorial style is great. It is good. It's just like, I don't know.
It was, a lot of it was reshot with what's his name, Gilroy.
I know. Yeah, I know. But
it's mostly the third act though, because like you can definitely, it's still, you see the Gareth Edwards in it. It's not like
I want to see that new Gareth Edwards movie.
The Creator.
So bad.
Yeah,
it looks amazing. Oh my god, that looks amazing.
I was gonna see it Friday, but I had a dentist appointment and I couldn't do it.
Fuck your teeth. Let them fall out while you watch.
On God.
With the AVX seat, the vibration, the teeth just like slip out of the gums. Swallow them with your popcorn. I'm so sorry. What the fuck is wrong with me?
Great question. I love Rogue One though. It was one of the like when I first watched it, when I first saw it, I was like, okay, it was fine. Darth Vader scene carried, but now I know I really like it. I still think the first act drags. It's not. Yeah. It's in. If I'm ranking Star Wars films, it is sort of it's top middle. So it's still not like up there, but I certainly like it a lot more now than I did when I saw it initially.
I also will say the Vader scene hit so hard in theaters, I remember. But I mean the whole movie hit hard in theaters for me. But I now that they're so obsessed with doing hallway shit, I hate it now. Like, no, I don't hate the Vader scene, but it's just like, it's honestly kind of like, and not to say that the hallway moments aren't cool afterwards. It just seems so like what are we doing? Like, why do we have to do this like every single show? Like, I don't know. I don't like it anymore. The Vader thing I love still, but I don't need to see Luke Skywalker do it. I don't need to see Baylan Skoll do it. I don't need to see, everyone do it. I just simply do not.
Yeah, I didn't have that reaction that everyone else did with Luke and Mando season 2. It was cool. It's Luke.
Oh yeah,
but
it is cool.
Yeah. People were like, "Oh my god, it's Luke. This is how Luke should be." That's probably why I did.
Yeah, people were like, "This is how you should be." I'm
like, you're right for this point in the timeline. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Everyone forgets how he threw his lightsaber down in the face of the Emperor when they talk about how Luke should be violent and cool.
Doing
Luke
flips
was
and
never
shit.
that. Yeah, that was never Luke. What the fuck? That shit was the stuff that like he in part rejected and like made his arc solidified his arc in the original trilogy. Because like I feel like thematically when he like opposed Yoda and Obi-Wan to like, okay, never mind, sorry, that's a whole different thing. But yeah, Rogue One.
Torn, you like Rogue One?
Yeah, I think Rogue One's pretty solid.
It's as bad as Ant-Man 3.
No,
I'm kidding. It's not. I hate saying that. Ant-Man 3 is like a whole fucking new level of I don't know. Sorry.
I feel like, Torn, I don't know about you, but I think Will doesn't like Quantumania.
Yeah, I know, right? He doesn't like that shit at all.
Yeah, but my next one is I'm sorry, Will, I hate to say this, but my next one is Spider-Man 3.
Oh, man, that's fine. I'm used to
Yeah.
it.
This
On it.
shit is ass. I shouldn't have rewatched it. I rewatched it when we were doing our lead up to No Way Home. Fuck, man. Oh, because I was sort of on the same train with you. I'm like, this is like they're bad moments, but it's like it's underrated and it's still fun. No. like I mean, the beginning is still sort of fun, I guess, but it's like the new Goblin. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, Harry is like probably the most bitch made person in that fucking trilogy, dude. Aside from MJ. Dude, he's a fucking crybaby, bro, and it's annoying.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's fine because I have one on the list that you guys are gonna hate.
Oh no.
I'll get there.
He's gonna say No Way Home.
Oh no, I fucking love that movie. But no, Spider-Man 3, I love the cringe, I love the cheese, I love the corniness, I love that it's still so sincere. And I love that despite the fucking, mandates from Avi Arad to include Venom, like at least, you can tell Sam Raimi was doing a story about ego. At least the symbiote ties into like ego. That's how I read it. It's sort of like, in spite of all the shit, it's still so much fun and so entertaining. But I totally understand why it's so hated, especially like coming off the heels of Spider-Man 2. I understand for sure.
Because for me, it's like, because especially with all like the symbiote stuff, and it's like it's cringy or whatever. And Sam Raimi has said it like it's supposed to be funny. I don't think it lands at all, and it's like coming from Raimi. Obviously, he's done it before. There's ways to execute that sort of stuff, and I just don't think it was executed well in Spider-Man 3 at all. It's just bad. I loved when he bitch slapped MJ. That was great. that whole number made me want to kill myself.
Wait, I actually love that. Are you kidding me? I unironically love that. No. I love that he hit her. I love that he hit her.
Look, I love that he hit her in the sense that MJ should shut the fuck up.
Oh no, I just like that. I don't know. Also, like I love the little headcanon that like, because Peter's a fucking dorky moron. Like in his head, like this is him.
This is how you be cool.
Yeah. I love that.
Like, I get it. It's just trash.
I don't know. That one to me, oh my god. Well, shit.
What saves that movie, because I still enjoy it. It's like, it's one of those things that's like, I think it's bad, but like it's fucking Spider-Man. Fun. I'm gonna watch it. But like the thing that saves it for me is Sandman.
Oh yeah, Sandman is done
his
amazingly.
Whole thing. Yeah, he's clearly that's what like Raimi wanted to do. It's like, actually, I want to do Sandman, and then that's arguably the best part of the movie. I feel like I was gonna say something else that saved it, but now I can't think of anything because it's awful.
You're gonna. I'll just use that one next. I'll do that one next then.
See you later, chump.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. The thing that saves is the memes.
Okay.
Yeah. Dude, yes.
Also, the YouTube poops are really good. Fucking love that.
I never loved those.
YouTube poops is the history of YouTube. Shut the fuck up. That is what YouTube was built on.
Wasn't for me.
Is YouTube poops. You are wrong. Pingus, Snoop Pingus, dinner. What's for dinner?
No.
This guy had a Ouija. This guy had a Pokemon.
No, I never found it funny.
Classics. There's a really good YouTube poop where, and I need to show, because I do think y'all would find it funny, where they edit Civil War's like Spider-Man and Iron Man scenes together, right, with Toby scenes, and like there's like a continuity and a plot where like Iron Man is trying to like give Spider-Man a Spider-Boy upgrade, and like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man falls out of a building, it hurts his back, and then accidentally touches Tony Stark's car and he dies. That's really good. They edit it so well.
Sounds hilarious. I'm on the floor laughing.
It is good. It is good. Shut the fuck up. It is good.
I'm crying laughing right now.
You would if I sent it to you. What the hell?
Torrin, what's your next one?
My next one is The Last Jedi. let's get into this.
Oh no.
Oh god.
It's not okay. So when
I'm
The
scared.
Last Jedi came out, I didn't think it was like all that bad. Like I thought it was like, I thought it was fine. There's some stuff that I didn't like, but I ultimately think it was. Yeah, I think it was okay. I wasn't a diehard hater like most people still are of that movie. Like they were like, some people would rather hate The Last Jedi than they go feed their kids. Like that's how serious this Star Wars shit is to some people.
It's that's so real though. Oh my god, there's so many
Remember when there was that like fan movement? It's weird to call it a movement because nothing happened, but they were like remake The Last Jedi, and they try to get crowdfunding.
Yeah,
horrendous.
No, it's like it's fucking crazy on how like you have 30-40-year-old men who like will argue on Twitter all day about Star Wars, and the other fucking kids are crying and they're starving. But
no, they're missing out on memories with their kids while their kids are now living with their mom.
Yeah,
their moms have custody now.
Yeah, and like the like the dad's wondering, like, when can I see my kids?
Divorced dad, and then divorced dad arc.
I know, right? He's listening to fucking Creed and Daughtry in his room. But yeah, I didn't hate The Last Jedi, and I didn't really have like a hate boner for it. So when it comes to The Last Jedi now, after what Peyton had to say about it, I kind of like it a lot more, and I have like a lot more appreciation for it than I do.
Good.
So now, and it's like whenever I talk about The Last Jedi with other people, because some people are like, yeah, I just don't like it. Well, I mean, it's fine. If you don't like it, you don't like it. It's cool. Like,
yeah.
But it's like you gotta go into a reasoning of like why you don't like it. And like I always feel like the same shit. It's like, oh, the way they handle Luke and the newer characters and like Snoke and whatever. It's like I don't really care about Snoke though.
Yeah.
Like I know he was supposed to be like the big bad, but like it's kind of like a thing for like the plot.
Yeah, and then they positioned Kylo to be the big bad. I'm like, that's fucking great.
Yeah, it was so fresh because it's like I remember the whole connotation Kylo had from the last movie was like, oh, he's like 30 pounds soaking wet like a little bitch boy, and now he's I killed Snoke. Like, it's me, and you should be worried about me. I'm tripling down on being bad. I don't give a fuck about being good. That gave me. It still gives me goosebumps.
Same.
I think that's amazing.
After The Force Awakens, I was like, I don't know about this guy. I don't know about this Kylo guy. He's a little emo kid.
I did like him.
I enjoyed him. He was fun, but I didn't buy him as like the next Vader. You know what I mean? Yeah. But then in The Last Jedi, I was like, oh shit, this guy's for real.
And I feel like a lot of the stuff and all that stuff was like cut short in Rise of Skywalker because like everyone hated Last Jedi. And Rise of Skywalker feels like such like in a lot of ways, Last Jedi does feel like a course correction of Force Awakens, and I think that it's kind of like a necessary one though, like one that's like more involved. Like Rian Johnson clearly loves Star Wars, like it's in his like blood, like you can tell. But then like when Rise of Skywalker course corrected Last Jedi, it was such a like shallow, reactionary sort of a approach. It was a very reactionary approach. It's just like, hey, we know y'all think this movie's shit. Guess what? Look at what we can do. And then in the end, a lot of people just thought it was shit anyways. So,
there's shit in like the Rise of Skywalker that just pissed me off. Like, because I remember arguing with my friend at the time. They were like about the Holdo maneuver. They were like, well, why hasn't anyone done it before? I'm like, why does it matter? Why they did the super Jedi speed in Phantom Menace, never done it again. Who gives a fuck? But then in Rise of Skywalker, they're like, oh, the Holdo maneuver was a 1 in a billion shot. Like, okay, like, so what?
Yeah, we didn't need anyone to say anything like that. Like, I don't know. Rise of Skywalker, I mean, it's not on my list, but that was one that I like had a lot of fun with when I first watched it because I was on copium, and then like the next day I was like, oh my god, what is wrong with me? Yeah.
Torn,
I was like, ugh.
Torn, is there still anything in The Last Jedi that you don't like?
No, not at the moment because I haven't seen it in like 4 years. So
okay. All right, my
Yeah.
turn.
It's your turn. I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done with Star Wars. I'm done with this fandom. They can't make things right anymore.
Okay, Spider-Man 2. And here's the thing. I don't hate it. I don't even dislike it. I just think it's boring. That's
Spider-Man 2?
Spider-Man
I
2?
think Spider-Man 2 is
Like
so
Sam,
boring.
like
Sam
Sam
Raimi's?
Raimi's?
Sam Raimi Spider-Man 2 is boring as fuck. I cannot...
With Alfred Molina as Dr.
Dude,
Octavius?
listen. I know this is a hot ass take.
Wow.
I know it's a hot ass take.
That's
it is my least favorite
absolutely valid.
of the trilogy.
That's fair.
Okay. It's my least favorite to watch of the trilogy. I understand what it did. I understand whatever. Its legacy. It has to be a mix of like the sentiment, like of the movie, and like how it's like when we were talking about Dark Knight and Raimi fans and stuff like that. Like the fans' attitude of like this is perfection, and me going in and like the bar set by everyone is so high that like I just don't find that. It is good, it is solid, but I think Spider-Man 1 is like better put together, and I think paced better especially, and I think that Spider-Man 3 is just like, I don't know, it's just interesting to me. Spider-Man 3 is more like read between the lines, like look at the production and all this stuff, and you know, that's why I get so much enjoyment out of Spider-Man 3. And Spider-Man 2, it's like, this is the standard everyone has for Spider-Man. And I just, like, I don't know. I feel like we have so many examples of Spider-Man at this point. And to consider Spider-Man 2 the definitive one, and obviously that's your opinion, anyone's opinion, if that's their opinion, it's fine. I'm not going to, like, challenge it. But, like, personally, that's not my definitive Peter. Like, we have Spectacular Spider-Man, we have PlayStation, we have honestly Tom Holland's Spider-Man is still like amazing. I don't understand. I still will never get the fucking hate for Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield, like Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 is still like a fine movie. I know people shit on it all the time, but it has a lot going on in it, but thematically it's very solid and a really enjoyable movie, and emotional to me still too. So I don't know.
Yeah, no, like that's actually like a great thing to say, because, you know, like, yeah, you know, obviously, like you say, you know, when we're talking about, like, you know, diehard Raimi fans, they always think that like that's their definitive version of Spider-Man, but like the character has been like tweaked so much, and like there's so many different like iterations of the character that like, yeah, there's so many to choose there, and there are iterations that are better than Raimi's Spider-Man. Like, you know, some people could like, you know, Ultimate better than Raimi's Spider-Man, which, like, God hope, like, you don't like Ultimate.
The comics Ultimate.
No,
is, like, phenomenal.
No, I'm talking about like show Ultimate.
Show?
Show Ultimate.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but it's like, yeah, like some people could like Ultimate Spider-Man, like comic Spider-Man, and then like, yeah, like you said, you like Spectacular Spider-Man like a lot better, which like I definitely understand. So that's something that I agree with as well. When it comes to Spider-Man 2, I still think that like in terms of like superhero movies, it is phenomenal. Like to this day, like I still like I love that fucking movie. Like I watched it like all the fucking time. You know, from the beginning where he gets fired from the pizza place to like when he's fighting, you know, Doc Ock at the very end. I love that shit's just like from beginning to end. I like love it, and I think like out of Raimi's trilogy, it is like the most like I think it's at its best, considering that like, you know, what goes on in Spider-Man 1 with like Peter, and in Spider-Man 3 with like, you know, the whole thing going on. I think Peter is at his best. The villains at his best. You know, Doc Ock. Thematically, it's amazing, and it's just a great movie. But yeah, I definitely agree that like there are different iterations that you could side more with in terms of Spider-Man.
It's like, yeah, I honestly, I love the examination of Peter and his like insecurities and like the pressures that he faces and stuff. I think that is the highlight of Spider-Man 2 for me. I think it's just a personal thing where like the pacing, it's hard for the movie to just keep me there. And and still, I guess I'm like TikTok brained or whatever.
No,
I don't know.
I get it. Like, Spider-Man 2, sort of like Torrance said, is definitely a phenomenal film. I don't know if I agree with people that like it's still one of the best superhero movies ever made. I think that's a bit much nowadays, at least. But yeah, like I love the movie. I do think the movie does some things better than like Spider-Man 1, specifically with Doc Ock. I think it handles him better than Goblin. That being said, I just love Goblin more. There's a reason why Spider-Man 1 is on my top 10 of all time and Spider-Man 2 isn't. I agree. It's just even though I do acknowledge that it's a better movie. There's a lot of things that are executed better. Maybe the characters are written better, but I just have more fun with Spider-Man 1, and I'd much rather watch Spider-Man 1 than Spider-Man 2. I have a list on Letterboxd of my favorite Spider-Man movies, sort of ranked by like what I'd rather watch, what I want to watch most. And out of the 10 Spider-Man films, Spider-Man 2 is number 8.
Yeah,
like it's an incredible film, but I'd rather watch Spider-Man Homecoming. I'd rather watch TASM 2, even though I think it's a shit film. It's way more entertaining. I'd rather watch Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse, Far From Home, Spider-Man 1, No Way Home. The only ones that I'd rather watch Spider-Man 2 over is The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 3, and then there's the Venom movies, but I don't talk about those.
Yeah, those aren't Spider-Man movies. Those are just shit.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, thanks for hearing me out on that one. I figured that one was going to be like, oh my God. But yeah, thank you.
My next one is one, this one's a bit obvious if people know me, but Back to the Future 3 is one that's like, as a kid, it was always like, oh, which one's the best one or 2? And then 3 was never in the conversation because it just didn't seem as good. But like I love these movies, and like since then I rewatch them, and Back to the Future 3 I swear gets better on a rewatch like every single time I see it. And
that's funny.
I've never seen Back to the Future, so I don't know. I can't.
Why is it funny, Torrin?
What?
Why is it funny?
Because number 3 is the fucking worst one. It's a shitter.
You've never seen it. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't want to. This is shitter, dude.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, look, dude, I'm not watching that Rick and Morty clone movies. Dude.
That's crazy.
Back to the fart, sure.
That's
I'm
wild.
done.
Dude, no. That Rick and Morty clone is insane. Dude, I was actually gonna watch the third one, the third Back to the Future, but got distracted with something.
He had sex with his girlfriend.
Dude.
I'm sorry.
Why'd you didn't have to say that.
Cut that out. I'm sorry.
No, it's staying in.
You don't gotta cut it out.
It's staying in.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm bitter. I'm an incel. I love Joker. I love the Snyder Cut.
You love American Psycho.
And I love American Psycho. And I hate the MCU.
Oh God.
My favorite director is Scorsese.
I am literally Robert De Niro in Taxi Driver. I'm literally Tyler Durden.
You're literally Patrick Bateman.
I'm literally Patrick Bateman.
That's incredible.
Dude, I saw this meme. You know the memes where it's like they circle words and then that like are nothing like the thing, and then they point to a picture of like the character like on like Google searches. Yes. You know what I mean? Patrick Bateman, dude. There's one. It was like Patrick. It was pointing to Patrick from SpongeBob, and then the Bateman was pointing to Batman, and I fucking lost it. I love that.
Yeah, I have that meme.
Dude, that one was like, that's just like how I feel whenever I hear that name. I don't care about American Psycho.
Patrick Batman.
I watched American Psycho for the first time like 2 years ago.
It's a good movie.
It is a good movie. Actually, no. I think it was 2 years ago. It's a good movie, but I just hate like I hate the Sigma male like teenager like side of the fandom.
I think I gave it like a 7 out of 10.
A 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
I think glorifying
Oh, never mind. I just checked. I gave it a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
It's like,
yeah,
it's like the same people who like, you know, they glorify Patrick Bateman are the same people who are like glorify Walter White and like fucking Rorschach, and I'm like, dude, you are horrible.
People who glorify Walter White are the biggest clowns.
I know.
People who were like, dude, I love how many posts there are about like, why can't Skylar just leave Walter alone? What the fuck is wrong with her? She's such a shitty wife. I was like, okay.
The only bad thing she did was that happy birthday shit. That's it.
Yeah, but like, dude, it's so funny because like, you gotta I don't know. People, I just love like the like mask off misogyny, dude. You can't. Nothing is nothing like it. Sorry, dude. We kind of went on a tangent. I've never seen Back to the Future at all. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Oh yeah, well, it's weird. Like I feel like as a kid, it was generally seen as the worst one, but if you check like Rotten Tomatoes and like most rankings and scores, like a lot of people put 2 as the worst, which is fascinating to me. But like I get it now because I'm like, man, Back to the Future 3 is actually really great. It's definitely the most underrated of the 2 because, you know, 1 is obviously iconic. It's fucking Back to the Future. Back to the Future 2 is the one they go to the future, and that's where you get like the hoverboard and stuff like that. But 3, there's no really any like iconic like, oh, remember this from Back to the Future 3? Is
that the Western one?
Yes.
Or is it? Oh, okay.
And I think a lot of people maybe like weren't as fond with it because it was, you know, a Western theme and everything is, you know, it's the fucking desert. It's like Back to the Future. It's like all this fun futuristic shit, but it's a great fucking film. And it is incredibly underrated. And I certainly changed my mind on it.
Cool. That's just a theory.
A film theory.
All right, Torin. All right, Tortino.
All right, my next one is going to be Hollow Man with Kevin Bacon.
Never heard of it or seen it.
So like I saw Hollow Man like as a kid because I think it came out in 2000, and I was like, man, you know, this movie is like so cool. Like this guy's going invisible and he's like killing people, like blah 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 blah. I rewatched it like last year. Like I just think it's more funny. It's kind of fucking. So I mean, it's still a fine movie. There's just some things in there that I'm just like, wow, this is like pretty fucking bad. Yeah, like there's like I wouldn't say it's like a scene. I mean, I don't know, but like for some reason, like Kevin Bacon's character like fucking like grapes a woman. I'm like, oh dude, that kind of like just took it down for me because like I hate shit like that in movies. But like other than that, it's like it's one of those things where it's like the characters like do some they just do some weird shit. Like they just it's like classic, you know, like I mean it's not necessarily like a horror movie, it's more like a thriller, but like they're written like higher tier horror characters, if that makes sense. Like they have like some competence, but like they're still fucking stupid. And yeah, that's something that like I just didn't really like. But overall, I mean, Kevin Bacon's funny in it. He's a psychopath. There's some stuff that's funny with it, but overall, like the movie's just kind of gone down for me since of that, you know, because of the other stuff. But yeah, Hollow Man.
Ever since you heard Kevin Bacon say the hard R, you've been like,
oh yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, he says the hard R in Super.
Oh wow.
You haven't seen Super?
James Gunn gave him the pass.
He did? That's awesome. What the fuck?
Have you not seen Super?
No, I haven't seen Super either. I know that's like a really good one. Yeah.
Some James Gunn fan got.
Movie
I know.
Movie broke me. One scene did.
2 scenes broke me.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, no, dude. 2 scenes with the same character. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's rough.
All right, man.
Elliot Page was going crazy.
My next one, Avengers 1.
Oh yeah.
I know this is gonna be hard to sit through. I'm sorry.
The way he said it, Peyton.
I'm sorry, Peyton. Peyton's gonna not like this. So I used to love the Avengers. I fell asleep to it like every night when I was a kid. I don't know. It's just, and it still is like always gonna be very nostalgic, and it's like a fine watch. But it in Age of Ultron swapped for me, and I think like Avengers to me now, it has this very like flat TV movie quality to it, where like as a kid you don't really notice it because it's like all your favorite characters, like for me it was like, oh my god, like all my favorite characters from the comics and TV shows and video games, and now like the movies are coming together, and like this is a big movie, this is awesome. But like now that the dust has settled, you know, like years and years later, it's just kind of like everyone feels like a caricature of themselves. And I think it comes down to Whedon and his writing. I think like Captain America is like the most disappointing part to me.
It's an Iron Man movie.
Yeah, it's what it feels like. Iron Man is written very well in that movie. Everyone else,
playboy philanthropist.
Yeah, I mean everyone else is just fucking kind of thrown in there. And you know, Hawkeye eventually gets characterized after that movie. Black Widow, this is her second movie, and she is like kind of, she has a character. It's just not as defined as it gets in Age of Ultron.
I think they're still figuring her out.
Yeah, and like that's fair. Like that's fair. You know, Hulk just, you know, I don't know. I it's just a personal thing. Avengers 1, it is a lot of fun still, and I'll still watch it if it's on. But I just think like, man, okay. Loki worked. I think Loki's best movie and is still Thor 1, and that's still one of my favorite Marvel movies. Loki rocks in that movie. I think no one gives him enough credit. I think Tom Hiddleston like nailed it. Like his effectiveness as a villain, it was really good. And in Avengers 1, like, yeah, he's a villain, but it just, I don't know, Ultron is just magnetic, you know what I mean? In Age of Ultron, like there's something about James Spader's performance and his like mannerisms and everything like that. Ultron is literally me. Like, what the fuck? He's amazing. I don't know. And every character feels like there's a better, more earnest conflict within the team in Age of Ultron. Characters have, I don't know. This is supposed to be more about Avengers 1 than Age of Ultron, so I'll just kind of leave it there. But yeah, I like Avengers 1 moved from like an 8.5 out of 10 to like I think a solid 6 for me. Like it's still a lot of fun. It's just not all that anymore for me.
It's a 10 out of 10.
Okay,
it's a 10 out of 10. Obviously, I am biased, but I just watched it recently when I was in Indiana. The shit was on TV. I was like, hell yeah, and I still have a blast with it every time. I love it.
It's very fun. Also, Iron Man looks cooler with a triangle arc reactor. So
I disagree.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Sorry, dude.
It's the worst part of the movie.
Iron Man's best suit in comics is Extremis.
Yeah, I wish I had done more with Extremis.
Look,
or Extremis.
In the comics, it looks like this, and this is what I think they were trying to emulate. But it's what he wears in the Civil War in the comics. This is like so iconic. I will never
give up.
Here, I'm sending it in chat.
Dude, no, I agree. Triangle arc reactor Iron Man is fucking chef's kiss. And I was waiting for them. I was like, man, when is Iron Man gonna get a triangle reactor? And they did it. And I'm just like, oh,
he got a rounded triangle.
Yeah,
kind of.
Yeah, he got
That's cool. I honestly, it's interesting. I remember when they did the Mark 50. I remember thinking like, it's funny because Civil War's Iron Man suit looked like Bleeding Edge from the comics, and that was cool to me. Like with the light placement and the color palette and kind of like the way the armor was blocked out. But then in Mark 50, I think that was meant to more be like act like Bleeding Edge with like the nanotech and stuff. In the comics, you know, it's like attached to his bones and the suit comes out like that, and it's really cool. But it also reminded me of the all new, all different Iron Man. But it like looked, I don't know. The Mark 50 has too much red for me.
Same.
Mark 85.
God, I love Mark 85.
Awesome. Mark 85 is such a great suit.
Peak.
Hold on, Mark 85.
But
Mark 85 is the Endgame.
And it has the I like the comic like classic comic distribution of Golden Red.
Yes.
Where you know
so
it works
good.
Well for me. I don't like how like
yes.
I still kind of don't like how like I don't know. It is a great suit.
I don't like the Mark 50. Mark 50 is the Infinity War, right?
Yeah, that was just too red.
It's too red, and it's also I didn't hate it, but there's also like the yellow sort of in the head goes back a little bit more, and it's just so glossy. Why is it so glossy?
The Endgame, I still don't, and like Mark 85 and Mark 50 is still the same sculpt, like still the same suit, just a different paint job and different application of paint. So like the thing for me, I don't like how it feels so like rounded in like a Michael Bay sort of way where it's very overcomplicated.
Sorry, which one are we talking about?
85 and 50. It's the same sculpt. It's the same suit. It's just painted differently. So like, I don't like the way the musculature is done always. I don't know. That's just
sure,
me.
but I think that's just because it's nanotech, so it's like not as bulky inherently.
Oh yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense.
I do like. I don't. I don't know what the right word is. I don't maybe miss it as much as other people, but I do miss the sort of like mechanical taking off the suit and putting it on rather than the nanotech.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't like the precedent that it's like set
for other suits because now everything's nanotech. Yeah.
I think the nanotech it was cool the first time, but God, it got old so fast. There's no spectacle to it. I think there's more spectacle still to the Iron Man 3 suit up scene where like the fucking shit is like flying towards his body.
Yes,
you know what I mean. That's
and
cool.
Still, we was just talking about it with the Avengers 2012 when he walks on the thing and the rings come out and take off the shit.
And when he falls off the building and suits up like that too.
Yes.
Like those suit ups are amazing, so iconic. Yeah,
love that shit. How do we get to this?
I don't know. Are we? That was all because I was talking about Avengers.
I think it's my turn. I think.
Yeah, it's your turn.
I got this is my Star Wars one. Attack of the Clones.
You love it now?
I wouldn't say I love it.
You're gonna go to hell.
Look, it was definitely my least favorite. I thought it was the worst Star Wars movie by a pretty wide margin. But now, after just thinking on it a bit more, rewatches, etc. Now I think it's the worst Star Wars movie, but not as bad.
Okay, wait, that's actually worse than fucking Rise of Skywalker to you?
Yes, because there's parts of Rise of Skywalker that I have some fun with. It's mostly Ben.
Oh yeah, I love when they get trapped in the cave.
Oh yeah, that was great.
That part sucks.
I love that bit. That was so cool. The best part of the movie. No, but like as far as like Star Wars projects go, I don't think it's the worst. I think Book of Boba Fett's the worst.
Oh wow.
But as far as movies go, yeah, episode 2 still. But I definitely have a lot more appreciation for it. All the stuff with Anakin and Padme, I'm still just like, no, thank you. But yeah, the stuff with Obi-Wan and Jango Fett on Camino, oh my god.
Oh, the detective shit,
yes,
the noir,
so
how it
good.
Feels like a noir movie. Yeah, it's great. I love that. Also, Count Dooku.
Oh
best
yeah,
Sith, wide margin. Don't even give a shit what anyone says. He's my favorite.
As you
Love
can see,
him. And
my
Christopher
Jedi
Lee.
powers are far beyond yours.
Are far beyond yours.
Ooh!
I fucking love Count Dooku. He's got the coolest lightsaber, the coolest lore, the coolest actor. Like, are you
Bro,
fucking
his
kidding
episodes
me?
of Tales of the Jedi were so fucking good.
Oh yeah, they're amazing. Count Dooku, underrated as fuck because he's in Attack of the Clones and like the tail end of Attack of the Clones,
The beginning
and like
of
the
Revenge of the
beginning of
Sith.
Episode 3. Yeah, and like he rules in Clone Wars. His lightsaber fighting style, amazing.
Yeah.
Makashi, oh my god.
Another thing to just like thank Filoni for giving more to that character in Clone Wars.
So good, dude.
But yeah, I don't have much for Attack of the Clones. It's just, it's bad, but only half of it.
Attack on Titan of the Clones.
Yes.
We're gonna have to start like putting 2 in now and just be kind of brief with them.
All right,
Torin.
I'm gonna get this is my last one. Yeah, it's Moon Knight.
You love it or you hate it now?
I don't like it as much.
Oh, that's sad.
It's a pretty shit series. That's it. It's a shit series. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I don't love it I don't like it as much as I used to. When it first came out, I was like, oh, it's like, it's Moon Knight. He's beat people up. It's Moon Knight. Oh my God. Like Mr. Knight, Moon Knight. But the more I think about it, I think it's just, like I don't like it as much is because like it's due to the fact that I want more to be explored. And of course we're going to get that in the future, but I just wanted something to continue the story like a lot more than when it came out.
Oh, so you liked it so much you wanted more. So the show isn't bad.
No, the show isn't bad, but I definitely want more. But it ain't the best.
Okay,
It ain't the best MCU show.
I think it is. It's still my second best. But the last episode, or no, third best behind Hawkeye. It's Loki, Hawkeye, then Moon Knight. But the last episode of Moon Knight was not great to me. That's it. That's the only thing.
The big kaiju battle type of thing.
Didn't need that. I do love the examination of Moon Knight as a character and Steven and all of that. And Oscar Isaac is fucking balls to the wall. Like, that's an amazing performance. Phenomenal. So good. But
move on. Make it snappy.
okay, what the fuck is wrong with you, bitch? Okay,
So many
here
things.
we go. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna lump a few in here. Ang Lee Hulk, used to hate it, love it now, really good movie. Iron Man 2, amazing now. I used to not like it as much, but Iron Man 2, one of my favorite MCU movies,
That's
especially
crazy.
Justin Hammer carries. Justin Hammer, one of the best characters Marvel's ever given us.
Bro's
Sam
biased.
Rockwell nails it. I am very biased. I fucking love Iron Man 2 because of Justin Hammer, period. If he is our Iron Patriot in the future, I would fucking love it. And then The Wolverine. Thought it was okay when it was out, but now it's one of my favorite comic book movies. The Wolverine is so good. Like the one where he goes to Japan and Silver Samurai. Oh god, it's amazing. And then my last one, Dark Knight. I don't like it. Don't like it anymore.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. That's it.
For me, I got The Dark Knight 2.
Okay, slay.
I got Hancock. Used to love it as a kid. Now I'm just like, this is whatever.
Hancock changed whenever like the whole
Will Smith slapped Chris Rock.
Yeah, ever since that.
I'm sorry.
bro. I think it's like the fact that the whole like Charlize Theron, Will Smith thing, they're connected through fate. Like what is this off-brand Hawkman, Hawkwoman story?
Yeah, I just I couldn't give a shit.
Yeah, that's just that part.
On a rewatch, I should have left it. Another one for me is Transformers, the first one. just the longer this movie ages, I know people have such a soft spot for it. I'm talking about 2007 Transformers. The Michael Bay-ness, the humor is just weird and
I love
creepy.
how problematic it is. I love it.
I know, and I still, but I also haven't seen it in probably a decade. But I'm scared to rewatch it because I'm afraid I'm gonna fucking hate it.
Be like, honey, were you masturbating? That scene, it sticks with me today.
Another one,
where they were asking Sam if he was masturbating.
Another one is Iron Man 3. I used to be, I never hated it, but I used to not love it. But I swear to God, every rewatch, I'm like, I love it even more. Suicide Squad 2016, saw it in theaters. I thought it was fun. Had a bit of fun with it. Rewatched it. I was like, this is horrendous. And Black Adam, sort of similar thing. Saw it in theaters. Had a bit of fun. Rewatched it. I was like, this is bad. So yeah, that's it for me.
Last thing I wanted to say real quick, Dark Knight Returns. And the animated movie adaptation is the same thing as the comic. I don't give a shit what people say. I loved it as a kid. I was like so obsessed with it. And I was like, oh my God, this is like deserves a hype. But no, it's shit. Glorifies fascism. Batman's a piece of shit in it, and he's glorified. And it's like, I hate that everyone's like, dude, this is like when comics became for adults, because it's like mature to like the sensibilities of a 12-year-old. Like, I fucking despise it. It's awful. Fuck Frank Miller. Fuck him. His Daredevil was good, and that's it.
Imagine if modern day Frank Miller did Daredevil. Oof.
Oh my God. People love to say modern day Frank. Dude, he's the same Frank Miller. His sensibilities are still in his older works. They're still there. He just got scared after 9/11. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like what the fuck? Like 9/11 just allowed him to be mask off. That's True. It.
All right, do you have any more, or is that it?
I'm done.
All right. Y'all watch anything this week?
Terminator 1.
Terminator 1.
And you liked it?
Dude, I really liked it. It's so funny because I didn't even know that Terminator was like a bad guy. I thought he was always a good guy. I had no idea anything about the movie. Also, don't spoil anything, but the time loop shit for me, like the way it ends, really cool. I love time loop as a trope. I don't know. I'm just like excited to keep watching. Also, yeah, y'all were right. Perfect role for Arnie. It's amazing.
He's even better in T2.
I also thought that like the I'll be back thing was like, I've always figured it would be at the end of the movie. Like he died and he like says it like, I'll be back in like the next movie and I'll be bigger and stronger. But like, no, he's straight up like, I'll be right back. Like, I'll be back. Like he leaves the police building and comes back in with a fucking car.
Well, same thing. Like, I sort of went through the same thing, but with come with me if you want to live.
Oh yeah, come with me. There is that in the first one.
Yeah.
And then, but I hear like, I don't know, doesn't Terminator say it in the second one?
All the truly like iconic stuff that you always hear people quote is from T2.
Okay.
It's like a Star Wars. Okay. It's like Star Wars where in A New Hope, I think it was Luke who was like, I got a bad feeling about this, but then it was Empire that like Han said it, and then that became iconic.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah,
it was Obi-Wan Kenobi that says, "She sloppied on my toppy till like dropped." And he said that in episode 4. But then Vader said it in 6 to Palpatine,
and that became. And iconic.
When he had a stroke, it became iconic.
Yeah. Torrin, you watched a bunch of shit.
I did. So I watched Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Horny Dracula.
So good.
Fucking insane.
Oh my God.
Fuck Winona Ryder in that movie. She's a fucking wench.
Whoa.
Don't like her in that movie. But yeah, the movie was batshit crazy. It's like really, really good. I wish Keanu had a little bit more screen time, but he was getting destroyed in that movie. But yeah, Bram Stoker's Dracula is great. Then I watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Mutant Mayhem. Incredible. Great. I like the animation style. I love the themes of the story. The voice acting is amazing. Overall, great story. Then I watched Don't Worry, Darling. Crazy as shit. Not the best, but Harry Styles is a fucking freak. But yeah, Harry Styles is a fucking freak.
Don't Worry, Darling was terrible.
I heard someone describe it as like if Christopher Nolan tried to do WandaVision. That's what I've never seen it.
Oh,
That's
God.
crazy.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Dude, also the behind the scenes drama with like Olivia Wilde is insane for Don't Worry Darling.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it.
She was like apparently having an affair with like Harry Styles or something. Or like I don't know, some shit was happening behind the scenes. It was
some
like
shit with Shia LaBeouf.
Oh yeah, like Olivia Wilde, just like I don't know, she was just lost it since she was so hot in Tron, but I don't know, man. I think I lost feelings. I caught feelings back then. I lost them. I'm in love with someone else now.
And then the last film I watched was Karina with Whoopi Goldberg and Ray Liotta. It's a pretty solid film. It has talks about themes of like racism, discrimination, family, grief, loss, all that. It's pretty solid.
Puss in Boots.
That's it. And Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
Finally, oh, so good.
I loved it. Seeing your letterbox for TMNT, you went, this movie goes so fucking hard, and then for Puss in Boots, holy shit, this goes hard.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Puss in Boots is phenomenal.
Torrin, how'd you feel about the Attack on Titan little bit where he's like going up the Gollum's arm?
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
Attack on Titan wishes it was good.
Attack on Titan wishes it was Puss in Boots.
It does. I'm sorry. That is my hot take of another hot take of the day.
So what are your favorite movies of all time?
No. I love Puss in Boots. I just also hate Attack on Titan. That's the hot take.
Jesus. Never seen it.
Attack on Titan.
I saw a few episodes, but
it is very like it's like Holocaust denier-y. It's so weird. I would have to like write an essay about it, but
yeah, you definitely see that like in season 4 as well.
Yeah, like, the more it goes on, the more like anti-Semitic it feels.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like I'm like during like the war, because like they're in like it's like a war between like the nations. They're like literally wearing like.
I thought they're at war with the Titans.
No,
yeah,
dude,
but there's oh my god,
no. It gets deeper than that, bro. The
hell?
They're at war with like it's like different nations.
Yeah, there's a wall for the Titans, and then there's another wall.
Yeah, there's a wall. Yeah, there's a wall for the Titans, in which some of the Titans are in. And then outside the wall, there's like a different nation.
Yeah.
And then like in one of the episodes, they're wearing like like armbands and shit. I think it's Marley. The Marley Nation is wearing like armbands and shit, and it's like this whole fucking thing, dude.
It's weird because you could think like, oh, well, maybe they're gonna like say something about like how they condemn it or whatever, but their version, like their Jewish people analog in the Eldians is their like Jewish people analog, and like when they have this thing where it's like, oh, these people, they're like conscripted to fight with us, with our nation, and they're like complacent with their place in society because they're signing up to be in our army, but like it's so weird. Like they're basically like flipping the script to make it seem like the Jewish people analog in the show, like the people who clearly represent Jewish people, are actually bad people, and like all of the biases that everyone has against these people turn out to be completely justified in the end, because like all the stereotypes are right, kind of a thing. It's so bad, it's so blatant, and I don't know how, like, it's still a fun show and there's a lot of cool moments, but I don't know how people that does not catch on for them.
That's insane. I did not know that.
It is very blatant.
I didn't know any of that.
It is very it's very blatant.
It's like the show does like a complete fucking like 180 on you, because like you have like seasons 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Like and like even like with animation, like as well, like the animation and the narrative completely change, because you have like seasons 1, 2, and 3, and they're animated by Studio Wit, and then like Mappa is doing that, which like Studio Mappa is like they're being held hostage, they can't see their families, but like but like of course going towards like season 3, like Aaron like has a complete change of heart, and then that's when you see like the shit go down, and it gets batshit crazy, bro, with Attack on Titan.
Yeah, I will continue to not watch it.
Yeah, honestly, you know what? I would say you're not missing a lot, and that's probably that's just me. I don't know.
It's probably a hot take. I just can't get into anime. Like
Oh, you're racist.
yeah, I don't like to read.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god, I love telling my family like, yeah, I'm watching One Piece, and they're like, how do you even understand them? I'm like, dude, what do you mean?
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, and then I'm like, dude, I just watched with subtitles. They're like, there's not an English option. I'm like, there is, but I just prefer the acting. You know, the way it was like made in house. And they're like, yeah, but when I watch stuff, I'm not watching to read. It's like, dude, okay, all right, buddy. I hate that like subtitles are seen as pretentious. Sorry, keep going.
Well, they kind of. I mean, a little.
I don't know. It's weird.
It's not.
I think there's an actual difference.
I don't know. But I watched the Wes Anderson Roald Dahl shorts that came out on Netflix. As a Wes Anderson fan, these were some of his worst. No, I'm kidding. They were great. One of them was like peak Wes Anderson, The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar, with Benedict Cumberbatch and like Ben Kingsley and a bunch of shit. His casts are always stacked. Everyone loves working with Wes Anderson. Anyway,
if I hate Roald Dahl, would I like it?
I don't see why you wouldn't.
Okay.
I don't really know Roald Dahl like that, so I mean, I was just watching some Wes Anderson.
Yeah, he left me.
Yeah, The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar was like peak Wes Anderson. I love that. Then there was The Swan, which was a lot darker than I thought it would be. Again, like, because all of these are like, you know, short films and, you know, smaller budgets, but it's still Wes Anderson, so he makes the most of it. And it's all just creatively done incredibly well, as Wes Anderson does. There was The Ratcatcher with Ralph Fiennes and Rupert Friend, and I didn't love that one. I did love Ralph Fiennes' performance in it, though. That was really fun. And then there was Poison, which was also a bit of fun. Like, so the Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar is like 40 minutes, and then the rest of them are like 17 minutes. So I definitely recommend them. It's a great time. I also watched Terminator Genesis.
Okay, bad?
It was terrible. It was so bad. I'm one of those.
Dude, I saw someone recently on Letterboxd give Dark Fate a half of a star and then give Genesis 3.
Hell no. They're just mad about this beginning. Definitely, there's no way. But like Genesis, it's like I genuinely could not get through it, and I need people to understand how rare that is for me to just go, I don't want to watch this anymore. I want to get to the end. that I don't do that, and that happened for me with Genesis. Like, I was just like, I started skipping through it to just get the cliff notes, because I was like, I'm over this. Because like Dark Fate was like, okay, so I talked about Dark Fate and how it felt like it was sort of doing what T1 and T2 did, but it didn't feel like it was retreading the same ground. And it also was referencing those movies without feeling like ham-fisted, like punching you in the face. Like, remember this thing? You remember this? You like this, didn't you? Remember this? That's what Genesis was. It's like everything about it just felt so hollow and like corporate. The casting was atrocious across the board pretty much, except for Terminator, because it's Arnold and he's already been cast. But like Emilia Clarke is Sarah Connor, and she's fine. Everyone's performance is okay.
Emilia Clarke is Sarah Connor?
Yes.
Huh?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wait, whoa. Wait, what happened to Linda? Is she in that?
No, because it's meant to be younger Sarah Connor.
Oh, okay.
It's a bunch of. Are you ever gonna watch it? Because I'll spoil the shit out of it.
You can, if spoiling it spoils 2 or Dark Fate, then don't.
Okay,
but
so they go back to T1. Okay, but there's another Terminator sent from the future, I guess, back to when Sarah Connor was like 9. and saves her there. So then the Terminator, Arnold Terminator, raises her essentially to be like a soldier, and then they kill the original Terminator sent in T1, but there's also a T-1000 that's sent.
Wait, you know what? Already it's so stupid because like all of that happens in T1 anyways. Like Sarah Connor was gonna be a soldier anyways after the events of T1 because they hardened her.
Well, yeah, but like,
and like they killed Terminator in T1 already.
But no, but like,
because but then Kyle Reese is sent, who's played by Jai Courtney, Captain Boomerang.
Yeah.
Again, terrible choice. He's fine in it, but he's jacked out of his mind. And the cool thing about Kyle Reese was that he's kind of just a guy.
Yeah.
He's like lanky and shit, and he's like in the sewers, like eating trash essentially. But like in this, he's like a hardened soldier, and he's jacked out of his mind and shit.
Yeah, he's roided up.
Yeah, and then there's John Connor in the future, who is played, I don't remember the actor. I'm sure you've seen him in something, but again, terrible choice. He looks weird. And so I don't even know. So it's T1, but then they don't even spend a lot of time in 1984 because I love time travel shit. I'm a sucker for it. But like the novelty isn't there because they go through the T1 shit. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. But then they just go to 2017. So now it's present day, and like all that novelty and sort of intrigue is gone. And also the T-1000 is there, but it's not Robert Patrick. I like, which is weird. I don't know why they couldn't just DH him like they DH'd Arnold. But like, maybe Robert Patrick just didn't want to do it. And if that's the case, then I'll leave it. But the T-1000 was just there temporarily. Then they go to the present day in 2017. Or technically, the movie came out in 2015, so I guess technically it was slightly in the future. And there's like, the whole message of the movie is like, you people are on your phones too much. Stop going on your phones. Because like the whole thing is like, there's this like tech company that's essentially a Cyberdyne that's like, and they're introducing this thing that's supposed to connect everyone and everything called Genesis. But that's actually Skynet. And then John Connor shows up and he's like, hey, mom, hey, dad, what's up? I'm here. But it's like, he's a Terminator. So John Connor's a Terminator because Matt Smith in the future was a Terminator that infiltrated the future resistance. And then like infected him with Terminator shit. So now he's a Terminator.
I fucking hate this.
It's horrendous. It's just a bunch of it's so bad.
It's like that's like the most convoluted, like, that's like, I can't say that. It's just awful.
There was a scene because he shows up in 1984, I think, or no, because Kyle Reese is born in 2004. So they show up in 2017 and they get caught. Sarah Connor and Kyle Reese, they get caught and they run their prints. And Kyle Reese comes back because he's a kid, and they're like, oh, your prints came back, but you're a child. But Sarah Connor, they couldn't find anything. And I'm like, but she exists. So why couldn't you, like, she would be alive. So why can't they find, it doesn't make any sense. And also J.K. Simmons is in it. And I love J.K. Simmons. So in 1984, Kyle Reese runs into a couple cops, and one of the cops dies, and one of the cops grows up to be J.K. Simmons. And he's like bumbling and like awkward and seems like sort of manic to the other cops, which I don't think is a good fit for J.K. Simmons. He plays it fine, but it's like, I feel it, but it was weird. And he's like, oh, but they're robots from the future or whatever. And he tries to convince the other cops. It's just bad, man. It's just bad. It's so bad.
Wow.
I really went into it thinking like, I've heard it's bad, but it can't be that bad. It's that bad.
That's awesome. Well, shit. It's so funny. I cannot believe people prefer that to anything. Really, I haven't even seen Dark Fate.
It's bullshit corporate schlop. And like Jai Courtney and Emilia Clarke as Sarah Connor and Kyle Reese have zero chemistry.
Awesome. Jesus.
Don't watch it. Just stick with T2
Okay.
and Dark Fate.
I'm not gonna watch it. I will not watch it.
I'm watching it today. It's on Netflix.
It is on Netflix, yeah.
It's on Netflix. It's so accessible.
But yeah, you got to watch T2 and Dark Fate. The fact that, yeah, I don't know how anyone would prefer that over Dark Fate. Dark Fate was actually, they did everything right in Dark Fate, in my opinion, with it being a legacy sequel to a movie that's like 30 years old.
Damn.
It's fucking wild. Anyway, is that it? Is that the show?
That is a show. All
right, well, thank you for listening to Avengers Podcast. If you want to follow us, we're at Avengers on Twitter. That's AVENGE Nerds, all one word. If you want to follow any of us, you can reach me at @zenith_ on Twitter. Where can they reach y'all?
Nowhere. Don't even attempt. Don't even look me up.
At Torn Guy on Instagram.
I'm going to put Will's address in the description. All right. We also have a Discord if you'd like to join the conversation there. Those will be linked in the show notes. You can also check out our link tree for any additional links you may be interested in. You can also review the show in-app on Apple Podcasts. If you could leave 5 stars in a review, it would really help us out. Thanks again for listening to the Avengers Podcast. We'll see you next week.
Later.